Well, hello there. MDW here from planet 4546b on this beautiful and new dawning day. I have the hatching enzymes. I'm hoping it's only one because I've only brought enough for one. Okay. We've got a few here. We've got enzyme host Peeper. A Peeper specimen was observed emitting a faint fluorescent enzyme trail and engaging in unusual behavioural patterns. Peeper is actively approaching other creatures including predators. The specimen is host to a bacterial infection, however the infection is currently dormant. Peeper's stomach cavity contains an unknown enzyme of foreign origin. That sounds like enzyme 42 from what they've said. Chemical analysis of enzyme bears some superficial similarity to the stomach enzymes of larger predators. Contact with the enzyme appears to inhibit the symptoms of the bacterial infection. Complex structure renders synthesis impossible. Recommend further research into enzyme origin. Okay. Peepers inside the containment facility. While all other creatures encountered within the facility are isolated within it, peepers appear to be coming and going of their own accord via the alien pipe network, which we saw. On arrival, peepers are approaching the Sea Emperor. Peepers exhibit a natural affinity for the stomach enzymes being expelled by the Emperor. Peepers which have come into contact with the enzyme are returning to the pipe network. So it sounds like they're going to come and go and taking the enzyme back and forth. This behaviour must be the source of enzyme 42 on 4546b. or the area thereof which supports life. It is likely also responsible for the survival of the Emperor and the other life forms contained within the facility. Emperor's eggs. I had a lag spike there, which is a bit weird. Uncommonly strong shell lining. Organic growth on the exterior suggests these eggs may be hundreds or thousands of years old. Wow. Alien tubes. Alien devices penetrate the outer shell layer, likely designed to supply them with nutrients and to isolate them from the surrounding environment. Like many eggs on 4546b, these do not contain a nutrient supply which is slowly exhausted by the embryo. Instead, they exist in a form of natural stasis awaiting appropriate hatching conditions. Fetal organism. There is a high genetic match between these organisms and Leviathan in the vicinity. They appear to be stable and healthy. It is likely that ideal hatching conditions for the eggs vary considerably from ideal survival conditions for the parent. Emperor's life cycle. Available biological data has been used to synthesize the effects of the alien bacterium on the Sea Emperor's natural life cycle. This creature likely lived and moved in small herds around the planet's ocean trenches, coming to the surface to feed off the huge volumes of microorganisms in the shallower waters. Family size would be strictly limited by available food supply. Offspring would likely split off at a young age to form their own herds elsewhere. So there are migratory species then. Given their sparse population, mating and egg laying was likely infrequent, perhaps a once in a lifetime event. One time end all, okay? The species likely had a preferred environment for egg laying. In fact, successful hatching may depend on such conditions. Given the rarity of this event, it is impossible to calculate those conditions precisely. There is no evidence to support the assumption that all members of the species were immune from the alien bacterium. Even if this is so, there is evidence the introduction of the bacterium decimated life on the planet, and this would have had catastrophic effects on the Emperor's food supply and survival rate. Wow. The symbiotic relationship between the specimen and other life forms likely developed as a direct result of the bacterial infection. Those life forms which learned to keep the Emperor alive survived with its help. This may explain the vast tracts of lifeless ocean in a rough perimeter around the Emperor's location. Right. Goodbye, Hab One. I'll be back for a little while. Back to the portal we go. Oh, okay. Didn't realise we could scan this one, okay. My lady, I am now back. I have what you were after. Oh. I don't know I could do that. Excuse me. Okay. Excuse me. I'm trying to do something here. Here goes. Hello? Juveniles going off to see their mother? There you go.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I have done what you asked, my lady. Oh.
My young are swimming for the shallows. I thank you.
You're
Their
most welcome.
freedom is my end. What will it be like, I wonder, to go to sleep and never wake up? Perhaps next we meet, I will be an ocean current, carrying seas to a new land. Or a creature so small, it sees the gaps between the grains of sand. Farewell, friend.
Well. Can I scan you? Your breathing is so laboured. Oh, one beautiful lady. What are these? Can't scan it? Thank you for this. Have I been cured? Can't touch it again. we self-scan?
Self-scan complete. Vital signs normal. No remaining sign of bacterial infection.
So it worked. It worked. Thank you, my lady, for helping me. I actually don't know what to say. Except for drink some water first. Scan. Hatching enzymes? I thought I read that one. Ah, maybe not. The Emperor specimen's eggs are attached to some form of incubator. In a normal life cycle, it seems likely that sea emperors would have buried their eggs in shallower waters where different organic materials in the soil would have triggered a hatching response. The incubator suggests the aliens have resorted to developing artificial hatching enzymes which would simulate the egg's natural hatching environment, but were unable to discover the formula. With extensive information on the sea emperors themselves, it may still be possible to fabricate an artificial hatching enzyme using indigenous ingredients. However, the only surviving source of that information may be the sea emperor itself, which I've already done. March, it's basically another portal. Do we not? Where'd it go? Oh, I thought I had some... I thought I scanned them. Huh. Okay. Now that I've been cured, I think it's time I tried making my way back to Hab 3. I really have nothing to say. I mean, that was beautiful. I mean, there's only one final bit we need to do now, is just build the piece of equipment to get us off planet. Well, what do you say to that? A young and now birthed? We helped? Now we just just leave her be. That way. And we're out. Gate number 1. You can see we're back up and running. I was able to get the ion cubes out that I needed. Let's see where this plonks me. Okay, so I'm in... We're still running on metalwork. Right, so I'm in the Lost River. Where am I? Ah. You know where I am. Oh! Ow. Here we're number 2. Where are we going this time? Okay. Oh, no. One of the islands. Got one more ion cube. Love that. I don't remember how many there were. Maybe we're going for this one. By the location, we're on the other island. There. So one of the lights. Okay. Oh. Difficult. Always go to the wrong one. It was that one just there. I'm running as mini-me at the minute. Where's this one go to, I wonder? Where will I meet us? Where are we? Yeah, man. Gotcha. Okay. There's a lot of clicking there. I wonder if there's any more portals we need to go through. Wasn't there something above the walkway in, wasn't there? Oh no, that's the beetle chamber. Yay. Get some more of these, get back to the terratop. Then we make our way back. I'm going to make my way all the way back to the surface. And that will be the next episode after that. Okay. I'm going to leave you watching this reconstruction here. I will see you in the next episode. Doodly Pipsky.